VoIP extraction, VX. John Whitson, CS6968, final project, summer 2014. This is the second demonstration. Okay, this is the runlast.sh file that runs one particular pair, actually one conversation with a pair of audio sessions. Okay, everything else is the same. The only thing you can see is this is called cap5. Okay, so I'm going to run that right now. This will run fairly shortly. It's already extracted the SIP protocol information. It's found one phone call with a handful, 4,000 some odd packets to it. Again, the text in this one is the standard script that we've been using, but this one has a particularly humorous twist to it, so I'm not going to dwell very long, but I did promise in the technical report that I would do this demonstration. So in this case, again, we're here with Firefox. I'm going to see if I can get Firefox to give me a scroll bar on the bottom. Well, we'll see how that goes. Okay, and you can see there's certain parameters here. Again, the comparison in noise between this one, the first one here, starting with 7B, has a signal to noise ratio of 6.5 decibels. That is incredibly good. Okay, we're saying that the average signal is 4.5 to 5 times more powerful than the noise. So that's very encouraging. Whereas the other one is not. It's got an average signal to noise ratio of about 3.8 decibels, so there is more noise involved in that one. They're both about 89 seconds long. You can tell they belong to each other, by the way, because this is the identifier up here in the file name. Well, the peer session identifier has to match the lower one, so this is a pair of conversations from the same call. Okay. If we scroll downwards, you can see the spectrogram. Okay, again the word hello, hello. And then there's a request here on this side for some of the standard text. This has an interesting artifact here in that some of the echoes from the loudness of here, this is actually on a speakerphone, are translated over and being picked up by the microphone and resent back. So if you're familiar with echoes on IP phones, that's what's happening right here. And then at this point, there is a massive noise influx that comes in that is so big that it actually crosses out of the gray and into the yellow. This is broadband noise. It's not like tones or anything. It is a loud hissing, swishing like air or steam, or the actual phenomenon, which you will find out in a couple minutes as to what's going on. And then there's some more echoes. Okay, and some more discussion, some quiet period. Again, there's a lot of quiet later in this call. And then another event down here that is a large panel of noise. Now, what's interesting to note, okay, is that just in the noise analysis, the way you see noise here on the left side, okay, you can kind of see a little ridge here. That is because the microphone on this side of the session is actually next to my desktop computer, and it is picking up some of the fan noise. And since that is periodic, it keeps going, it shows up as a frequency ridge here. Okay, there's also periodic noise here in the other side of the conversation, and you can tell that. And that's some of those long-term frequencies that we look for and say, oh, there's something mechanically rotating nearby. This one is fairly low and defined, whereas this is a little bit more spread out. Okay, and again, all the information we calculated, some of the key frequencies that we're looking at. You kind of notice that some of them kind of line up a little bit. There's some in the mid 500s, there's some in the mid 400s. The lowest one is 281 or so versus 218. So that's not unexpected. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at this session here, and we're going to do a small experiment. One of the utilities that we've included with this is the ability to play what the actual audio sound is. So while I do that, I'm just going to background Firefox for a moment. Then I'm going to run one of our utilities that we have here, which is the VX Play Audio. And I give it the audio file, which is that. And you will hear some of what's going on in terms of the content of this audio file as soon as I turn up the volume. Okay, and here we will go. Now you have to have socks installed in order to play this. And the script will actually tell you if you need to install socks.
Hello. Please tell me about your voice over internet protocol.
You can hear some of the echoes going back and forth there. And not getting any further, this actually is more often than expected the sound of a flushing toilet being picked up by the phone as background noise. And humorous as it is, it happens more than you expect, but it does have a rather large noise signature, and it is a way of saying that someone who's on the phone is actually using the toilet. So anyway, with that, that is the end of the demonstration. And so,
are there more than one kind of codec?
And the conversation continues. Thank you very much, and good night.